We go Blur Cartel 3-episode rule made by the Cam, aka the villain of the Blur Cartel. We're here with Afro Comedy 765, BMT, Watson, the Great. What's up with y'all?
We definitely
What
got
it
it.
do? What's good?
Just living life post euphoria. You know how it is.
Godzilla.
And tonight, we're talking about Kaiju number 8, new
Shout
anime
out
for the
Kafka.
spring anime 2024 season. So 3 episodes is out right now. So yeah, go watch it. But episode 1, how'd y'all feel about episode 1? Oh, okay.
I felt like it was kind of slow, and I'm gonna take this from the position of someone who hadn't already read the manga. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm a manga negro. We'll get that out. But from the purely objective standpoint, it's a slow start. But I feel like just knowing from the premise of the show going into it, I like to think everyone knows the premise before they jump in. I know that's not universally true, but I feel like with the premise and the slow burn, I feel like it does enough in this first episode to sort of introduce you to the idea that hopefully it can hook you in, because it doesn't come out of the gate smacking you with some epic throwdown. You're mostly getting just the post kaiju attack, but slow start on the first episode. But there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. Not everything has to come out of the gate fucking fast and furious. Yeah, sometimes you can start it off with a little Teddy Pendergrass and turn it up as you go.
I would say it's an underdog story in which how it was written is pretty cool. So that first episode, it's different because it, in my opinion, it doesn't show there's no victory in it. It's a bunch of defeat, it's failure. So I don't think that's a commonplace with the new gen, as consistent as it was for like the first episode, if you will. But I like the underdog story as how I see it.
Kafka grows on niggas. No Diddy.
So
that's what I got.
For me, I actually did like the first episode. I grew up on kaijus. One of my first movies of the Rising Sun was a kaiju film, and so seeing how their world is built around, it's a normal day-to-day thing. And,
yeah, kaijus are just regular.
And so they never really break down, well, what happens when a kaiju dies or how to get rid of, and especially in like world builds like that. So you're getting to see the cleanup crew guy, which it definitely is a different take because, it's looking at the everybody's had that crappy minimum wage job, and I can definitely feel what
being on a testing duty is nasty work.
So I don't mind it because they know how to do good cliffhangers of how to reel you in. So they actually showing how their world works, how the kaijus are, do their thing, and how they clean it up. So it's pretty good. I like the 2 main characters that they're showing. Well, there's a third one, and also how they
Leno and Kafka, just so we put names to faces for people.
Yeah, thanks, God. Thank you for that one, Kami. And also, I like how they look at their heroes. There's no superhero-like thing. They got the military, and they have the kaiju system, defense force. So
yeah,
I like that a lot.
The suits are made of kaijus.
So, without spoilers, episode 1 starts off Kaiju entering this city, and they immediately dispatch the 3rd Division and on some Starship Trooper shit. Just like slamming down buildings, one tapping fucking Kaiju. Just the elite, the best of the best. And then Mina Ashuro is the captain. And
buddy.
She plays a role with the main character, Kefa Habano. But they're on 2 different coins. So she's on the 3rd Division with knocking out the kaiju. He's on the cleanup duty. We have to see like the remnants of, and it takes a good perspective because when you see like Avengers, Justice League type shit, who the fuck is cleaning up all the
thanks.
Right.
We always ask that question. Who's the nigga that's picking
New
up?
York, New York's getting destroyed every other month. Who's cleaning this fucking city up? I mean, we had to get to see
who's bringing in all the materials to rebuild these buildings.
So you had to see Habano. He's they're cutting the filet mignon, wagyu, kaiju parts off him, and then just not really dealing with the rubble, just the kaiju removal. So that's purely biodisposable. So Kefka, I think he about if his age is correct, about like 32, right? So
he's 30. He's 32. At least in the manga, he's 32, and then the girl is 27 or 28, I do believe.
So he's about the oldest out the disposal unit, and then we get to see him pretty much.
I think the only person older, you guys see the nigga with the afro, like the boss in the beginning. You got the funny teeth. I think he's the only person
we get
older.
to see different parts, like cutting off ribs, cutting bones, cutting off pieces of that.
Intestine.
You get to see blood fucking explode and burn you. So different kaiju got different elements to them, to where you got to be more careful than other parts of the body. So he's like, yo, get that workman's comp. You get burned for that kaiju. And then he's like, yo, we about to put you on that intestine duty. So he's dealing with kaiju shit all day, goes home. And
Did he work?
Where did I fuck up at? And then we get the new young boy, Ichigawa.
Leno
Ichigawa. Job before he goes to the defense force and say, yo, you ain't shit, really. It's like, why'd you give up? I'll never give up on this shit. And it kind of put him out there. It's like, yo, you really cold pussy out here. Like, you really gave up on your job to do just like cleanup duty. That got under his skin. And he's like kind of looking at him as like kind of a mentor at the same day. Just like he kind of like, yo, take these goggles, take these nose plugs. You about to be in for a long fucking first day. Saved them the first day and just like, yo, I appreciate you, all that shit. So you gonna be my senior. And then while they doing cleanup duty, everybody going home for the day.
After Beast pops up.
Humanoid spider type fucking kaiju coming. This nigga got hands.
Okay, and I think this is where we'd explain when the larger kaijus appear. 9 times out of 10, they spawn smaller kaiju called after beast. So the kaiju that they ran into was basically the after beast of the big one that they were cleaning up after.
So they're running for their lives. They're trying to get out the scene, and the after beast is like clearly like after them to kill them, and they're showing Kefka got some heart to him. So it's just like he ain't just some old rundown old man. So he got some heart to him.
Yeah, I'm the same age as that nigga. We can't be caught. 32 is not old.
The only thing I don't like about the show is the fucking cliffhangers to where I'm about to get attacked.
Good, bro.
What I'm saying is when they're about to get attacked, it's all over, I'm about to die, and then somebody saves them. They do that a little bit too many times in the show.
Okay,
so,
I agree.
That's why
I just want to say they do that in the beginning, but once everyone gets acclimated and properly and it doesn't take too long. Once you see everyone start to get more acclimated to defending themselves, there's a lot less of the pop in. We get saved by random character A.
Your man gets saved by a whole tiger. And then third
shout out Biako, the nastiest tiger in the goddamn kaiju corps.
Do you feel like this is a modern Attack on Titan?
No. Okay. No. Just run. And like I said, I'm trying to remove myself, considering that I know the story. You know what I mean? But no, I don't see it as that.
Yeah.
Though I definitely get how you could get those vibes. The whole there's giant monsters. There just so happen to be people who can then turn into the giant. I get what you're saying, but story wise, no, I don't feel like this.
After that, they end up in the hospital, and he's like explaining their dreams to one another and shit like that. And a smaller kaiju invades Kefka's body and takes him over, turns him into a kaiju, and that's when we get the Kaiju number 8, and
because only mega monster level kaiju get numbers in Japan.
So what? Ranking system out of 5, which y'all give the first episode.
Solid 3, right down the middle. I can grab a charger real quick.
I want to give
I'd probably give it like 3.5, 4.
I respect it to 3.5.
You get a 4 or a 3?
Like a third.
For me,
Hey, what you got?
I'm gonna give it a 5. It did its job.
Oh.
For me, I get a 5, but it did its job. It wasn't too slow and it wasn't too fast, but it definitely showed me the minute job and how the minute tedious jobs are definitely needed, especially. And I actually like, okay, I can't wait for the next week.
It's not all just monster beatdowns.
Right. And so, that little fly thing, I'm not sure if it did, but I thought it was talking to him. So,
It did speak to him. So
now that's what kind of freaked me out, and I like that. I mean, there must be smart or some shit.
Yeah, so. Just wait. It is an amazing story, folks. I promise you that. Kaiju number 8, without getting into any spoilers or anything like that, it is a well-written story. The power system doesn't get so, and I know this might be hard to say, we're talking about a show about kaiju, but the power system doesn't get so ridiculous to the point where you're like, oh, how are we ever gonna get past this plausibly?
As you see, he's trying to resist himself from explaining. He wants to explain it.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm just saying.
It's pretty simple when it comes to the
episode 2 opens up with him exploring his kaiju form and trying to hide it from the other patients that are in the hospital. They do a nasty little chase scene. It was more comedic. Episode 2 is more comedic than
I love him trying to put the smile on his face, yo. Just trying to smile as a kaiju.
Yeah, I mean, a smile, him urinating from his nipples and all this other stuff.
Kiss nipples for everyone, yo.
It's a mess, but one of the more after beast attacks a home.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Gets, kind of like, well, not kind of. She definitely gets trapped in her bookcase, and then her daughter's just like in the struggle of trying to save her mom, and then Shigawa and
Kafka run up. Got his kaiju form, and he kind of United States has smashed this nigga for the
Don't do that to him.
Did he not?
United States has smashed is nasty word.
United States has smashed this nigga. He realized his potential, and he's like, "Yo, why don't we just like sign them forms and just like that's his last chance to join the division."
Yes, because they raised the government of Japan raised the enlistment age because there weren't too many people trying to be out here fighting monsters, so they raised the enlistment age from, I think it was 30 to 33 or 31 to either way it made it to where he's still got one more year.
He does do his individual training, trying to conceal his monster form and
working on the partial transformation type jazz.
So they both enlist and they both get accepted into the defense force training. I mean, it was really like nothing much to this episode. More comedic in the first half. You get to see his abilities, and then they, start training a little bit to get into the defense force. And then they drive up, and then there's day 1 of the defense force training. So, how'd y'all like episode 2?
Very, very, very by the book. Like I said, it is a slow burn, but it keeps pushing the story forward, and that's what counts in the early episodes. You've got to lay down the narrative line that you want to follow for the rest. So I'm all for laying a foundation. So what more can you ask for, yo?
So, okay. So for me, one, I do enjoy some brand of comedy, and I'm enjoying it because it's showing how strong he is, like just like little things now for him, like just touching the wall or like just jumping, like he's like
When he
I
tries
don't
to
know,
open the window at the hospital.
it's like he has like kaiju and probably then some more level strength. Um, yes, the United Hiroshima smash that he did, the uppercut, it was nasty. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed um a little note that I caught was just how quick of a response the defense force is. Like they're faster than the police we got now. Like the way you call them and they can pinpoint accurately, like they just move like that.
Yeah, oh yeah, they pull up.
So that was very intriguing to show you just how connected their world is. They don't play around with kaiju, so I guess they called in a lot. And the fact that people weren't panicking when they heard that there was a kaiju, that's kind of a worry to me, because that means they have a lot of faith in their system, which might just come back to bite them like that. But
Well, okay, and here's the slight spoiler that's not really sort of a spoiler. We talked about it earlier. The kaijus are not like a new thing in this world. Like as you go on, you'll get to hear about like niggas when they were hunting kaijus in the 1600s, 1700s and shit. So this isn't something that's like brand new. These niggas have popped up. Most people that are alive at this point have never known a world without kaiju, so it's just sort of regular.
And I do appreciate the fact that he has this kaiju level power. They did emphasize how he's been training a little bit on how to control it, which is good. And the fact that the little girl was willing to lie for him, I did like that. I did like that. She could have snitched on him or also on the guy, but just seeing the fact that she was willing to lie for him and that literally he believes that, hey, I could still pull this off. I'm rooting for him. Like, you know, us guys in our 30s, we're rooting for him. Like, okay, bare belly, you're a lot older, middle-aged man. All right, bro, you got one more shot at the WWF title, so go for it. So that's what I'm looking at him as.
Yeah, she
you better hit Vince with that stunner, nigga.
1 to 5, what y'all give the episode 2?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but I'm gonna have to go solid 3, right down the middle once again. Like I said, it's doing what it's supposed to do, but I can definitely see how we all know it's 2024. People's attention spans are a hell of a whole lot shorter now than they were even a decade ago. So I can definitely see how somebody could be like, oh, no consistent monster smash, me no likey. But I think it was super solid. Like I said, we're building a foundation.
I mean, you know, when I think the origin of not knowing how to watch a TV show with the story was WandaVision.
Ooh.
So
it did play up to your short attention span by just going all over the place for you.
What about you, Cam? What about you?
Yeah, I was going to say what.
I get the first episode pretty much a 4. Just
no, the second one. The second one.
I didn't say it on my first score. A 4, and I get the second episode a 3. I think you can't just jump into a new form, and you know it's pretty much new form, new powers, just like when Naruto first got the Russian Hurricane and stuff like that, or Goku first got instant transmission and stuff like that. So you gotta get the new abilities to cook a little bit. But I like how they try to regress it and going into the third episode, how he doesn't rely on it.
Yeah, that's one thing, and I was gonna wait till I love that about, because we all know how easy it would have been for fucking nigga. I'm turning this shit on and I'm gonna blow through this and just pray that they don't see fucking my body, because we know he can get a partial transformation to a certain extent. Right.
So we open episode 3. They're in a parking lot, and the new chick shows up. Well, she was in episode 2, but she shows up. And she already has a
bodysuit. Is a monster, yo.
She already has a bodysuit to help her growth in becoming Defense Force. She's the youngest cadet in the Defense Force, and you see her potential. And she watches Kefka lift her car up and
one hand.
And it's like, yo, where does strength come from? Oh, you got a bodysuit too? Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you. Probably gonna be rivals, I guess. So they go through the intermediate training, more physical, academic, and stuff like that. And he's coming up. Kefka's coming up in last place in most of everything. So just barely completing all of it.
I think he comes out at like 25 out of 29 or some shit like that on most of them, or fucking. Either way, whenever he's placed, it's like maybe a couple spots removed from the very bottom of the barrel.
Right. So then they go through all the tutorials and stuff like that, and then we finally get to live training. They do have kaijus in an abandoned city structure, and she's just laughing at him the whole time, like nigga, you ain't shit. It's like, what was I scared of when I saw you lift that damn truck? You know, and it's kind of like you ain't shit, but it's just like, yo, why aren't you using your real form, or why aren't you using your full strength? So she's kind of confused and cautious at the same time, while still being a dickhead. So just like. That's why I get the layers of her insecurity.
She's an elitist, but as you'll all find out, she got a reason to be. That little girl ain't no joke, yo.
There's about 5 good people in there. 5 good people besides her.
Yeah, like high level.
Yeah. So they go into it, and the suits they do have are made from kaiju parts and skin and stuff like that.
The muscles, I do believe. I'm pretty sure.
It goes off your latent potential of how much you could bring out the suit, and she has like 40% or something like that, and that's like unheard of.
Yeah, most people baseline like 30 something, 20, late 20s, early 30s is usually the.
So you get the other echelon people, they're like 25, 20s, like 24, stuff like that. In Chicago, there's like 8 or something like that. And then your man Kefla got a whole donut, whole 0. Can't do shit. So they pretty much go into the live round tutorial. If your life is in danger, they will put up a shield, and that shield comes up, you're pretty much
you're done. It's over. You failed.
So he shows up, and she's going. Shinomiya is just going 40 miles an hour. She's going pretty much 100 miles an hour. Fuck 40. She got the big assault rifle,
blasting niggas,
pumping shit in one hit, like getting the fuck out of here. And them two is just struggling to lift the damn gun for all that. They got the basic pistols trying to shoot the shit. So it's more or less he's trying to use his knowledge of monsters to get his
from working in the disposal service.
He's like, yo, I've seen this monster before. And it's easy to cut their belly open. So just like, yo, shoot at their stomach. And just like, you see the weak spots and stuff like that. So he's using pretty much mind over matter for the most part. But that don't mean shit when you get punched in the face.
But you gotta remember, that's because he knows he gets assist points. It's not just based on the kills. You're still getting points on the test as long as you help.
Yeah, and then of course, and that shit don't mean nothing once you get punched in the face. Of course, a monster comes out of the building, clothesline his dumb ass, and just like, I can't move, and of course somebody comes and saves his ass. It's fine, nothing to worry about. And then the girl shows, well, not the girl, Mina shows up and is watching the whole thing go, and she's kind of never like really acknowledging who he is as a person from her past, but he knows who she is. So, we all get the protagonist speech. I can't give up. I live my life for this. I'm going to be the guy. And I'm the boy, damn it. The test takers are like, listen, you take another hit, you're done. You might as well just let me put the shield up and get you the fuck out of here. They're like, no, I'm going to continue. And then he goes to 0.01 and he starts getting some boost from the suit. So along with her 40%, they kind of never seen somebody gain progressively over wearing a suit, and that kind of ends episode 3. So what y'all
another cliffhanger.
So
go ahead, BMT.
So this is why I'm enjoying it. because again, like I like it when we brought up the Starship Troopers aspect. Like just because you're not the best soldier, you can make up for it in other stuff, which we've seen this in other animes like My Hero Academia. Like if you got enough knowledge, it can get you through the
Support
fight.
heroes are a thing, folks. Never forget.
So, so in seeing that, literally she actually broke the record over the captain. The captain was 30%. She was 46%. She's almost 50. So that freaked out everybody. It was like she literally broke a record as a trainee. All the other elite guys from like different colleges and whatever, like this is why he's sucking so bad, because he's like they're like, yo, we're in here with a bunch of freaks that are already been doing this. So
it was literally big fish, little pond syndrome.
So
like
right,
real
and
time.
so I get that. I get the frustration, especially I've seen that being on prior service. So I've seen older guys join into the boot camp, and I do be trying to push them, like, don't give up, don't let the younger Joes beat you. And the fact that him and his friend are like encouraging her, like, listen, like what we can't do physically, we still got the academia. We got the academia part. We can get through that. As long as we can show that we got the knowledge and stuff like that. It's just a physical portion. I'm glad. I'm just like, don't give up. Don't give up. I'm enjoying that. I definitely now want to know why his childhood friend is kind of cold-shouldering him. That kind of is like now picking at me like, okay, like y'all survived.
Well, stay tuned, because they will expand on that. Don't worry.
Now,
it's not going to be a lost plot hole. I promise.
So I'm kind of wondering, okay, if y'all survived as kids and lost everything, why would you cold shoulder him? And literally that was his idea for y'all both to go, but now you're not supporting him. And I'm curious about that. And also that little jerk who keeps laughing at him. But it's all cool. The fact that I thought the guns were normal. I thought the rifles were normal rifles. No. I didn't know you need kaiju level strength to pick them bastards up. So that kind of
all the weaponry is based off of that system. So like the higher your sync rate are, the faster your projectiles will travel. Fucking the sharper your sword will be, that type shit. It's all relative to your synchronization. The higher your sync rate, the closer to kaiju you are, in essence.
I can definitely be down with that. So, I already know what my rating. Y'all know I'm going to give it a 5. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but I'm sorry. Like I am heavily, for me as a military person, and as a like one of the oldest, especially like around Blurge, I'm actually enjoying. I'm rooting for the middle-aged goddamn bogey. Like fuck it. Like, listen, man. I even drunk a beer for him. So, hell yeah.
Drink a beer for that man.
We're out here drinking eggnog and shit, getting dad bods. You know what the fuck going on.
Tommy, what you think?
Knock some shit down if we need to. I would give this. I've gave every other episode a 3. I will give this a 4 because I do just. I sort of love, like BMT said, the sort of the aspect where it's not just, and that's one thing that people will notice about this show. It's not always just going to constantly be a, oh, poor Kafka thing. You get to see these other characters realize their limitations and work to surpass them as well. So it gives you a good baseline. Even though everyone's got different styles, skills, levels of fucking capability, they're all trying to get better, and they're all dealing with their own challenges. And I like how it gives you that little taste of it at the beginning. Like, I can't remember the kid with the funny hair, the redhead. He talks about how freaking he was the top of his high school, but he sees now that there were literally, like, when you've got these elite rankers out here that are really out here just knocking shit down like children shouldn't be. Maybe I'm not as nasty as I thought. I might have to kick it up a little notch if I think I'm finna hang with these folks. And I'm always a fan of that. I'm always a fan of seeing people fucking get past adversity, yo. You love to see it. That's the empowerment is always gonna fucking play well to the audience, in my opinion.
So I'm gonna give it a 4. New characters. As Kami said, not everybody's like D1 athlete. You know, you got one superb chick who's above the meter,
Hey,
and
she was bred like that, yo. Y'all, as you all find out, like she was born like that, yo.
So
Not
overall,
everyone's got the nastiness.
I'm definitely gonna watch the series more. It's gonna go
Right.
past.
That's what I like to hear. You gentlemen should think about reading it too. I know I'm always that nigga, but I'm telling you, it's an amazing
I
story.
actually want to read it now. I actually am interested in reading it.
Well, maybe
the plug I gave you for solo leveling has Kaiju number 8 too. So,
Bet.
So listen, this is 3-episode rule for Kaiju number 8, and the next show.
What you got for us?
I was gonna say, what's
I got right up Kami's alley, but good enough for BMT, I believe. Remonster.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Boy, we already going back to the degenerate side, huh?
It is.
Hey,
I'm for it.
It's degenerate, but
it's not overly degenerate.
it's not overly degenerate. You see, episode 1 is the most degenerate. Well, no.
I was gonna say it does give you the wild. Like if you take it off face value, episode 1, you might think something.
Episode 1 would be like you side eye it, and then episode 3 turns into a harem. So
yeah, it balances out.
Well, that's one way to say it.
I'm all for it. That's why we do these reviews.
So we can do Remonster. Remonster is dubbed. So I mean, you can just watch it. Nothing too crazy.
Kaiju number 8's dubbed too.
Kaiju number 8 is dubbed, and don't worry,
I'll be ready for this.
Go Loser Ranger. I can't wait to catch up on that.
Oh, I love it, yo.
I haven't seen that yet, but I'm willing to do a review on that. Like,
I like to think it's really what the Power Rangers were like, yo. Them niggas are assholes.
Oh, that Red Ranger, that motherfucking Red Ranger is a piece of shit.
Is this like a 2024? Is this our 2024 season?
This is our spring. This is our spring 2024 season.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
for Go Loser Ranger, I actually read the manga before I watched the show.
Let's go.
See what I'm saying? Y'all be having insight before I do, man. But
it's just like it's Sentai
well,
shit.
Listen, like Kaiju number 8, you can read Go Loser Ranger there too.
I feel like
for Go Loser Ranger, imagine a putty that was self-conscious that turned himself into a ranger.
What? Yeah. Oh man. I be asking little putties.
He was like, nigga, I'm so tired of being a goddamn slave.
The further note is, imagine a putty taking so many L's, he got tired of losing, became self-conscious, and became a ranger.
Yeah,
wow.
Sentience abound.
I could read that. I might even have to make that up.
It's a good read too.
And also, the Rangers are fucking corrupt. Because that Rangers are
there's some nasty niggas. There are some nasty niggas.
The Red Rangers, the Rangers are corrupt as fuck. Imagine Stain. Remember what Stain said in My Hero in season 2?
He was like, "You heroes are bullshit. Y'all niggas doing this for the look in the bag, not for the good of the people."
But we are doing Remonster next, and that's right up Comedy Valley.
All right, we can do Remonster. Then I want to do the Power Ranger one next. I want to do the Power Ranger one next.
So it's basically Rimuru as a goblin. So
Oh shit!
Shout out goblins. You know how them goblins rocking.
Yeah, everything's fair game.
Y'all know the adjectives that I usually put with goblins, but we're gonna keep it PG.
I'm just saying, when I saw goblins in Final Fantasy VII Remake, I started fighting extra harder with Aerith. I said, "Don't lose, baby. We can't."
So we got BNT Bismarck Talk, Blur Cartel, Friday Night Air tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Backlash, a little wrestling quiz. We got Afro Comedy 765. Go to Casual Conversations Wednesday nights. He's also with me doing GM mode on WWE 2K24.
In first place, yo. In first place.
He can't. Technicalities with the first place. You know how the game works. But yeah, Friday night you're tomorrow. And 3-episode rule. We're gonna do Reed Monster.
I'm ready for that.
And then go Loser Rangers sometime after it.
Definitely go Loser Ranger after that. Yeah.
Are there
So
going to
Watson.
be any harem? Are there going to be any harem animes we watch?
I mean,
Monster sort of.
like I said, by the end of the 3rd episode of Reed Monster, it turned to a harem. So that's why I
Okay,
read
I'm ready. I'm ready.
it. It's
He
It's
better
hilarious.
not be scared. He better not be scared.
It is funny as shit.
He better not be scared.
I can't wait to hear BMT's thoughts on Remonster. I can't
right.
lie.
And then after Go Loser Ranger, I want to do a Oblivion Battery because that's straight comedy.
Okay.
Oh, okay. There we go. We're hitting the spectrum, folks. We're making sure we get these different genres in there. We're not gonna
Listen, I got
put
y'all
all
this
one
season.
tone.
We were filled with isekais last season. We were filled with a whole plethora of isekais.
Also, I'd like to apologize over the Windbreaker because see.
Yes,
you
we need
said,
to do that.
Listen, you said Windbreaker. I went and I looked up Windbreakers, which is an anime about niggas riding bicycles, and I was like, hell no, this ain't it. So that S made a big difference. I threw the F on there.
The Windbreaker.
Yes. The wind, because don't look up Windbreakers, folks, because it is literally an anime about niggas cycling, and I was like, what the fuck is this nigga trying to get me to watch? I'm not watching an anime about bicycles. I'm just not.
This Windbreaker.
Kami, it's the patriarchy. That's what we about. That show. That's
I love the patriarchy.